we are willing to be unpopular. Because we have to be. The easiest thing, the easiest thing for this government to do is to do the popular thing. Continue paying. Continue paying. And then the next government gets up. Look, Ngozi said we borrowed 850 billion naira last year. This year, to 850 billion. The subsidy was 1.1 trillion, 1.3 trillion. What does that mean? You borrowed to only pay part of the subsidy. So all the entire federal government debt was not even sufficient to pay the subsidy. The deficit that want to bring to 3%, how do you bring that to 3%? If there's a shock to government revenues today, if there's a shock to reserves, what will happen? The deficit goes to 6-7%. That is how Greece got there. And what is this subsidy? Who is paying it? I'll just go to two final points. You have this conception that Nigerian government is paying subsidy, Saudi government is paying subsidy. One is true, one is false. If a government is running huge fiscal savings, having provided your basic needs, it has extra money, like Saudi Arabia, and it takes part of that surplus to subsidize you, that is government paying. If your revenues are already not sufficient for you to provide the services of your large and growing population, and 70% unemployed, 90% living on less than $2 a day, 70% living on less than $1 a day, a population that is poor by every HDI, you don't have power, you don't have infrastructure, your agriculture is disconnected, you don't have irrigation. If you are already not earning enough to do that, when you borrow to subsidize, it is our children that are subsidizing us. Because they are the ones that will pay that money. It is not the government.
And the reason is that... Hello and welcome. This is Magnus and this is TV. You see, somebody once said that if they explain Nigeria to you and you understand that, now be say the person explain and no explain and well. INEC is considering, and I hope it's not true, to allow prison inmates to vote in the next election. So I'm wondering, is it that we do not have thinkers again, people who think, not just thinking, empirical thinking, rational thinking? Is it that we've lacked them, or for some reason my own mind is playing tricks on me, thinking that I am intelligent? When somebody is sentenced to a jail term, the idea behind sentencing somebody is to cut off that person from circulation, is to cut off that person from being part of the population. That means you take him out. And the reason is that to correct him, to prevent the better population from the influence of this bad person. You find somebody guilty, and because he's guilty, you send the person to prison to separate him from the better population, so that this guilty one do not corrupt the better population, hoping that in the period of time that the person spends in the prison, he is corrected. That is why it is called correctional center. Now there are some that are sentenced to life. That means this one no fit repair again. This one no fit better again. Make it just stay there till in by. So I am now trying to connect the idea behind taking elections to the prison center. That means by taking elections to the prison center is considering people who have been guilty, people who have been sentenced, putting them in the same pedestal with the better population. That means you have put them in a place whereby their opinions, their characters, their sense of judgment is now as good as the better population. If they have that sense of better judgment, they wouldn't have been in the prison in the first place. They would have had a better judgment not to commit the crime they've committed that led to them being in the prison. So what is the logic behind allowing them to vote? Yes, they are human beings, but they are there to learn. Hopefully when they come out, they become better individuals. But asking them to vote is a no-no. Now, if that makes sense, could it be that INEC is at it again, trying to use this method to distract Nigerians or have an agenda behind it? Because the population of prison inmates is not enough to use to rig election. Let's be very honest. But what is the agenda behind it? Or is it just to give us a discussion point so that or let's say it's a diversion so that their real agenda will be cooked somewhere else. Look, it's a pity that Nigeria has lost thinkers. Even if when I look at our lawmakers, I wonder, are these the people that we really depend on to make laws for us? Because they don't think. They don't think. So I strongly suggest that INEC should stop that idea of taking election to the prison. The prison is another world entirely. It's another world entirely different from the real population. They are not, for lack of a better narrative, they are not part of us. It is called a correctional center for a reason. There are people with defection taken out from the better population to go and correct because they lack better judgment to have taken the right decision to prevent them from being there. So asking them to vote is equating them with the better population. For me, it's a no-no. I hope this gets to INEC. If you really have that intention, please stop it. It doesn't speak well of Nigeria. My name is Magnus. Please follow this page and share this post.
It contacts whether you it is called PIT, personal. It contacts whether you be company owner. Your company feel they pay their taxes, no cost anybody. You feel get house where they collect rent. That one not the part of company. Somebody feel dash you money. That one not the part of company. As long as it is money you earn, earnings, income, in something where be in, and it's coming to your life. And this thing is called money. You are meant to give government their own from 1st of January 2026. They don't sign on to law. I know some they like news. Not like you know, they're gonna say they don't pass this bill. They are just waiting for the day to start. They start arresting some people when they pay tax. Okay. 2, not because Pella is doing cho. Although just fee release signal, but as long as your account keeps doing cho with alerts, as long as they are crediting it, the government will use it to calculate your taxes. Just like tell now, they don't tell us say you are meant to pay 36M. That is a rough estimate. It's for him to come and prove that is below this, is this, or above this. You bring evidence because you are not meant to calculate taxes on the capital, by your earnings, the income, the profits. Okay? So prepare yourself for it. You already look. This class is for you, not for Pella. Why government even they pass people self? It is called social contract. There's something in this country that they call azaman. We use them. Okay? Also they call me azamat. Otherwise, you see they call me azaman, I will carry go court. This is my middle name. First 3 letters from my middle name. This one, first 3 letters done from my name. Okay? No be as a man. You think I be as a man? Tell me I send my account. It's credit now 1K, 20K, 1 million. Me I take nobody. Okay? But when they give percentage, okay? 100% send them to me. Make I take chop. We are going to use as a man and business partner to explain why government they collect taxes. 1, look at it like there is an Azaman. You agree to pay him a percentage. Then Azaman gives an account for you to credit. You send money to it and it takes a share. I'm talking about legit or fake business. See the government as your business partner, as the Azaman, where it provide environment for you to operate. It's like now, you go bring the seed, your knowledge, TikToker, they go bring the land, you go plant. At the end of the year, when I don't plant finish, now go share the harvest. Government go take, say 20%, you go take 80%. You plant together and share the harvest. Okay? Your share is your profit. Their share is the tax. It means if you decided to operate inside Nigeria as a country, you inside that environment where you operate, you are meant to be in partnership with them, okay? You go make money for inside the country. Whatever you make, you give percentage to the owner of the country. What did they use the money to? Is to keep the land safe and fertile. Remember, they provided the land, you brought the seed, take your own, they take their own. They are meant to provide security, facilities, infrastructure with that money. Security to pay in their responsibility. It's time for you to question them because you gave them the money from your account. Okay? They build roads with the money. For instance, to move your harvest to the market. You are planting their land in their country, Nigeria. Inside Nigeria, they give you a land, a scenario. You plant, you take your own, they take their own. The one they take, you elected them to manage that resources, to use the money to do roads so that what? You can carry your goods to the market. It's a contract, social contract, meaning you play your part, they play their parts. Okay? They hire workers to protect the farm, such as police, soldiers, civil defense, and so on and so forth. They pay their salary. With that, your contribution to run the country, okay? And settle dispute in courts. They pay the judges to settle dispute. That is part of your responsibility. They can't produce the money to pay judges by themselves. You are meant to contribute. We are going somewhere. Don't worry. Calm down. I know what you think. You expect them to deliver on their side of the deal, okay? And if they fail, this is where me and many people they fight. If they now fail, you have every right to question how they use their share, how they use your contribution. For instance, you gave them your money to provide security. All of a sudden, you can't go to the farm again because of bandits. You have to question them. The share of my money, of my profit, what are you doing with them? You question them. And not bagger. You say, why are you questioning them? Now, who will pay this money for Nigeria? Number one, anyone living in Nigeria and making money anywhere in the world. You dare Nigeria. This is Nigeria. You dare inside. This is outside Nigeria. As long as your feet are inside Nigeria, you are making money within Nigeria. But that your feet, where you dare Nigeria, your hands still long. If reach America, they do business. Reach Europe, they do business. Freelance, anyone. Money they come to you for the Nigeria where you did, you are meant to pay tax, okay? Anyone living outside Nigeria, but any from Nigeria, you there outside Nigeria, you are still doing business inside Nigeria, you are meant to pay tax before the money comes out. Online sellers, influencers, crypto traders, other digital earners. People getting rent from house, car, and others. People they pay you rent. Government expected you to give them their share. They go, they look you. We need something from that money. Okay, any type of rate they do, higher, whatever. And no pay to my company account, pay to my personal account, so that you don't go pay tax. No. That's why it's called personal income tax. Nobody will fight you. You want to enter your company, they will apply company taxation method calculation. You want to enter your personal account, they will also collect their own. But for now, it's not common. And Lagos, as some state they do it. But for next year, even Zamfara, they will pay. Let's continue. People making profit from selling land, house, or shares, you will pay. Small business owners, like shop owners, like mechanics, people who get salon, they will pay. Service providers, like barbers, tailor, plumbers, photographers, all of them will pay. Entertainers, like artists, people like Davido, Two-Face, musicians, actors, comedians. As long as now your personal income, you will pay. Any hustler or self-employed person without proper business records. Because you don't get business records, I mean, you say you be barber, you be hairdresser, you be fix news, money they enter your account. At the end of the year, this money pass over you are expected to pay your tax. But if you enter your company account, they will use company taxation method. Anywhere you go, anywhere the money enter,
Putting 20 to pay 40 on the two-pick power play.
It is
welcome, Michael. You say this tax thing supposed to make Nigerians start to deal with these politicians. It's not gonna happen. Unfortunately, Nigerians are inundated every day, Michael. Look at what happened to Phynas Sister. I can't even watch those videos. I can't even watch Phyna's videos. I can't watch it. This girl is in you can feel her pain from the depth of her soul, talking about her sister, Dangote Stroke. What Dangote Strokes are causing in Esako. In Edo North. The girl, they cry. Dangote, they don't release a statement. If you see the statement, lacks of compassion. Nigerians are inundated. The only thing I would say is this. If it do not happen to me, it will not happen to me. God forbid, God forbid, God forbid. It will touch everybody. What happened to Phynas Sister is as a result of bad governance. If the roads were working and we had structures, we had, you know, everything was working in Nigeria, the driver that drove and struck that girl's Phynas Sister that does not have a license, it will not even happen in the first place because the guy will not have a license, so he can't drive a truck. Do you know after the guy hit Phynas Sister, the guy started running? The guy ran, he won't disappear. It was a lecturer that caught him. And they were trying to figure out whose truck it was. Nobody was saying anything. They had to go through a lot to figure out who owned the truck. This is why we talk. As I did so, I don't tire, but I say no, I have to come out. That girl, her family's life is changed forever. A young girl when just graduated 6 days ago. Beautiful girl. They don't amputate one leg. The other leg is in danger of amputation. You know Nigeria. Eh? Now, if all those things they happen every day, please tell me how Nigerians want to ginger themselves. There's no money. They can't do anything. They can't even build businesses. On top of it, they are crushing them with taxes. Eh? T-Pain has gone to Brazil. You don't need me to tell you why he's going to Brazil? Why is he always going? This is how many times he's been to Brazil within the space of how many months? Eh? The revolution that everybody is shouting of, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The revolution that everybody is waiting for, Nigerians will get upset and enter the street, it's not going to happen, my brother. It's not going to happen. That 2027 is the only sure way, unless by some stroke of, I don't know, something will just happen and we'll just see everything just go. People will now decide, no, they want to take it on their hands. This is why everybody needs to get involved in ensuring that this man leaves office. They just recently awarded him how much? Millions of naira, millions of dollars to refurbish the Third Mainland Bridge. Is T-Pain the president of Lagos State? Nothing works in Nigeria. Everything is all about Lagos State. And then they are also thinking of releasing funds again for more electricity in Lagos State. So everybody when they that Nigeria, everybody else now follow come they be. Everything is Lagos. With everything that's been done, there's nothing to show for it. My sister, my brother, there's just even me when be Nigeria when not the country. Hey, I'm overwhelmed.
I feel of the recent, as much as we have issues with the government and the leadership of this country, I have more issues with the Nigerian people. It is only you, the Nigerian people, that will decide the day you will stop suffering. It is only you, the Nigerian people, that will decide to bring an end to the oppressions that you're going through. You cannot afford to be seeing the blood of your brothers and sisters being split. Little children that know nothing, 3 years old and 2 years old, being burnt alive. And yet you sit down in the comfort of your house drinking your tea as if nothing has happened. I challenge our religious institutions that these politicians, and most of them that are third-class brains, they cannot continue to manipulate you that are first-class brains. When we keep silent and behave as if nothing is going on, the wicked and evil will continue to thrive. We are a people that have a future. If we don't take our destiny, forget about the appointment you're given, forget about being made an SA, forget about being made a minister, forget about being made a commissioner. It doesn't matter whatever you are made, whatever you
get will come to an end. Buhari has come to an end. But the fact is, Nigeria continues to live. And if Nigeria continues to live, Buhari has gone, but he left you with the pain and the suffering. He must have reconciled himself with his maker. And his maker will forgive him. But what about you? So Nigeria, we cannot allow them. Look at the way they are tossing you left and right. Instead of thinking about your welfare, they're thinking about 2027 election. The roads are not fixed. Great brains in Anambra. Few days ago, a young man that is growing up, fish magnet, was kidnapped, ransom demanded, paid, and was killed. And you have a governor that is running to contest one election. Wow! To the church. Leaders that will keep silent and be given an award to wicked men and women that have no conscience for the nation they govern. Wow! To the Islamic community that all you're doing is planting doctrinal conflicts and bringing about violence among yourselves instead of talking about the welfare of your own people. We're gathering them and giving them awards of nonsense. I challenge the average Nigerian that it is time we drop whatever tribe, whatever religion, whatever you think about, and let's pull our energy together to make a difference. We can decide that these people will not go into power, and we must get the right men and women. 2027 is not for politicians to manipulate our head. We will get the right men. I talk to you, Mr. President. You have the opportunity to fix and make amends to your mistakes and your errors in the next 1 year, or else we will get on the street. We cannot be bought. We cannot be bought. I feel the tears of the recent young men that we kill in the villages. You are saddled with the responsibility. This is what you applied for. 1 year is more than enough for you to give Nigerians hope that there is a starting point and we have gotten it right. Look at the way Nigerians have been mocked in Ghana. Now Ghanaians are saying Nigerians must go. South Africans are saying Nigerians must go. Togo are saying Nigerians must go. You Nigerians, wake up and fix your country. I want to say this. Voices may be silent, but this voice will never be silent. If that is all I'm going to do, just as I take this heart and put it down, I'm ready to put down my life, that a nation will arise. We will fight this fight. And any governor that is not doing your job, just know you're on the exit point. You can transfer and defect to any party. We will mobilize the people at the grassroots to determine their fate. If it is blood for blood, we will lay down our life until Nigeria rises up and Nigerians can sing the song of praise. tears and pains in my heart, I speak to every conscience living legion, all our elderly men and statesmen. You're closer to your exit. President Obasanjo, President Jonathan, President Babangida, President Abdul Salam Abubakar, and all of you, you must have made a mistake in the past, but it is time for you to give and create a future for the descendants to come. Woe unto you to go to your grave without fixing Nigeria. God will judge you. God will judge you, Dangote and others who would not join forces with the masses to subsidize what you produce in their country. A time and a season will come that Nigeria will be too hot for the wicked to survive.
By the way, una hear say Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, e dey congratulate Tinubu, e dey laud am for stability of Nigeria's economy. Una dey see am? The education wey these people dey get, no be for you, no be for your purpose, no be for your good. It's for the good of the masters, of their masters. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala dey work for World Trade Organization. No be World Trade, yeah, organization. Na part of, it's part of all their, it's part of it's under the globalists now. Yeah, like IMF, World Health Organization, right? Yeah. So guess what? That she's gonna okay the crap that Tinubu is doing. Because now they pay her, now the globalists they pay her. This is why I have a problem with our educated Nigerians. They end up working for these people and becoming enemies to themselves. This is what this. Let me play the video for you guys. May not be like they make them up.
The president embarked on some reforms at the initial stage of his administration, and now he's told Nigerians that the economy is turning the corner. What's the WTO's perception of Nigeria's economy?
So we think that the president and his team, and we just exchanged with him, have worked hard to stabilize the economy. And you cannot really improve an economy unless it's stable. So he has to be given the credit for the stability of the economy. The reforms have been in the right direction. What is needed next is growth. We now need to grow the economy, and we need to put in social safety nets so that people who are feeling the pinch of the reforms can also have some support to be able to weather the hardship. So that's the next step. How do we build social safety net to help Nigerians cushion the hardship they are feeling? And then how do we grow the economy so we can create more jobs and put more money in people's pockets? These are issues that we discussed with Mr. President.
No, that one bites the dust. What can I say? Let me read what somebody said here. Don't listen to her. She was a good minister during her time, but currently, as the WTD Director General, who works for the globalists, all of them are the same, to protect the interests of America and the West. Aye! You need to see the crowd of people looking for work in Abuja. They had a job fair. See everywhere, sea of people. Meanwhile, here say Governor Mba, whether na train or CNG bus, they say CNG bus, they enter CNG bus, they take the ride from Holy Ghost one bus Holy Ghost. Hey, God abeg o. One terminal to Nsukka bus terminal. Hi, God. Anyway, we move.
And fellow Nigerians, in response to the urgent national clamor for the rescue of our beloved nation and the birth of a new Nigeria. The obedient movement is excited to announce the launching of a new campaign. A new Nigeria is possible. Get your PVC and go mad. To go mad, acronyms stand to get organized, make election rigging difficult. Let me repeat. Get organized, make election rigging difficult, which underscore our new focus as we head into the 2027 election season. It is our plan to mobilize millions of Nigerians into organized voting blocks, ensure that every eligible citizen has a permanent voter's card, and protect the integrity of the 2027 elections. To protect the integrity of the 2027 election and ensure more Nigerians participate in the democratic process, the Go Mad campaign has a straightforward mission. In every polling unit across Nigeria, every obedient will either lead or join a voting block of at least 100 Nigerians in their polling unit. We will work to achieve 100% of PVC ownership. In each block, we will go door to door, help people get to registration points, and recruit 1,500 value-based leaders to run for offices under the obedient platform as a gathering point. In 2027, we will turn our people to vote out bad leaders, those who cannot give out good governance, defend the process with 1 million trained voters protectors, and use technology at real-time reporting, no more glitches, and proactive measures resist to make rigging very unattractive and dangerous to politicians and institutions, with delight in thwarting the people's mandate, just like we saw in the 2023 general elections. As obedience, we believe that a new Nigeria is one where food is affordable, communities are secured, healthcare work, education equips our young people for the future. Rural areas are connected to markets. Women have equal opportunities. Business can grow without harassment. And the diaspora can return home with pride. For our children, it is about building a country where patriotism is not a burden, but a thing of joy. We call on every obedient and every Nigerian who believe in a better future to take part in this campaign. Do not leave it for others. Do not be intimidated. Do not feel harassed. No Nigerian is more superior than any other Nigerian. Get your PVC or help at least 10 other persons to get theirs. We call it Operation 1010. Create a job, create or join a voting block at obedient.com. That is our website that you can reach right now. Mobilize your friends and neighbors, colleagues and families to register and prepare to vote. It may interest you to know at the last elections we have over 90 million registered voters. But at the end of it all, we have only less than 23 to 24% of that total vote that vote, and they gave us this particular government. Volunteers as vote defenders in your polling unit for 2027. Attend rallies, town hall meetings, and community events to spread this message. Share this campaign online using the hashtag A New Nigeria is Possible. Save Nigeria and get your PVC at GoMed 1 million obedient. The path from frustration to transformation is clear. We can save Nigeria. We can make election rigging difficult. And together we can prove that a new Nigeria is possible. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you very much. Please go out, help, defend your interests, register as voters, for a new Nigeria is ready for us to take it. And we believe strongly that our leader, His Excellency Peter Obi, is the key to revamping and restructuring and making Nigeria a better place for all of us. In fact, not only are we anticipating rigging, they are allegedly positioned that even the election may not take place. Allegedly. And we are now violating any law. What we did was that we are speaking to our Nigerian obedience to go out and register. Registration is part of the key indices of any politicking. And INEC has already said they are going to start registration of voters on the 18th. And so it is very important for us to go out and mobilize our people so that we will not be shortchanged. Telling them we are even helping INEC to advocate for the registration of voters. So what we are doing, we deserve to be given a round of applause even by the press, because no political party has related to it. Thank you. This is not, we have not made any campaign. We are only mobilizing for registration to take place so that every Nigerian, irrespective of whether they are obedient or not, they should go out and register to be voted, vote to be voted and voted for. To vote and voted for. You can see now we are addressing the press for people to go out and register as voters, isn't it? All other persons are quiet. So you can imagine what will happen if they are not campaigning. What is their thinking? I think we should throw that question to them too. We have given a standing directive. Day before yesterday, we had a meeting online. Every state, this particular process is a continuous voters registration. So it's going to take a while. Every state is expected to mobilize each of its states, speak to the press, create awareness, go from word to word, door to door, ask obedience, even those who are not obedient, to go out and register so that we can have a robust electioneering process come 2027. This is the beginning of the electioneering, so everybody should go out and register. Good. We even have a support group called Door to Door. That is their duties. Remember, some time ago, we gave certificates to all support groups. Apart from the structure of the obedient movement, we have support groups running into thousands of them, who will also be partaking in this particular process of advocating for people to go out and register. So while we have the obedience structure in every state, in every local government, as we continue to mobilize, other support groups will also join us in trying to make sure that we get across to everybody. This particular press conference will be replicated in every state, in every ward, so that everybody will be fully in tune with the reality of time at the moment. Empowerment. The strength of the obedient movement is in volunteerism. It has never been in terms of one single person mobilizing or financing. It is a collective effort. What you are seeing here, all of us, we are all volunteers. And that's what happened in every state. And you will never find that for any candidate. For example, what happened on the July 19th, what you saw, Mr. Peter Obi did not give anybody one kobo to mobilize for him. They celebrated him en masse. And that is exactly what we are doing now. It's the strength of volunteerism. It's for us to have a link where everybody can reach out to us. Even those who are not, technologically savvy, people can assist them. Because it's a gathering point for us to have every obedient well documented, so that we can be able to give number and match phone numbers to faces, so that at any point in time, we can reach out to every member of the obedient movement worldwide. You know, the first vehicle that the obedient movement used as a political party was the Labour Party. And we still remain as bona fide members of the Labour Party. So it's only but natural for us to associate with our political party that we've been working together with. And to answer your question about the vote pretenders, it was clear that at the last elections, We have people who volunteer to be at each of the polling units, 176,000. Though of course we were not able to cover it. But this time around it was a mistake. It was a area that we've noticed that we make corrections to. And we are alluding to the fact that not only will you have people who will defend our vote, because the question that every obedient and Nigerians are asking is that it's not about voting, it's how do we defend our vote. So we are providing this particular solution to it, that we will defend our vote with very capable people who know the process of agent representation at each of the polling units. So we will not be found short where they are moving the result from collation center to where they manipulate and announce the result as well. This time around, it will not happen. We will be ready to mount every area. So they say, men mount, men mount. Yes. Of course, majority of them will be party agents, and of course they will also be around the polling. Normally, the law says that when you vote, you can only give space and be around so that you will be sure that what you voted for is what is being presented and counted. And we want to ensure that the law stands. By the grace of God, sure, it won't happen again. We will not be caught napping. That will not be unleashing our secret, our strategy to you. We will not do that.
Yep. So you guys should go and get ready. So make election rigging difficult. If you have not yet registered, go and register. There's something I said I was going to share with you guys. Let me see. I have it pulled up. Okay. So it's the Obedient Global Obedience. So it's a form that you need to fill, indicating how you want to help, how do you want to contribute. Let me share with you guys. Okay, so it's obedience in diaspora mostly. So you're going to see your location, everything on there, and you can go ahead and let me see. Please, you guys should go and fill it out. I'm telling you, right? You don't declare. I'm telling you, it's gonna be it's not even technically, it is going to be. Like joke, it's becoming, those words are actually becoming reality. It's rig and buy. I'm telling you. Rig and buy. People are really we have to take that country back. The rate at which Nigeria is happening to people, I say I no fit watch Phyna video when the girl they cry. I couldn't bring my mind to. I just imagine waiting her family, herself they go through. If you see this, her sister, beautiful young girl, she just finished school 6 days ago. She just graduated. She said she was not saying, thank God she's free from that one. The girl was crying and said they have taken her back again. God, I don't even want to. The thing they pain me for inside my heart. Nigeria, we have to take it back, or we don't have excuse. No excuse. We don't get excuse. It's so sad. I'm telling you, they'll be so poor and completely afraid. That's why I said, due to insecurity, that voting will not going to be a priority to many. This is their plan. But that's not enough. That one not weak. There's no way. Regardless, people are still mobilizing. You have to mobilize. That's the final strength when they go use state vote. Be that none of them, no Nigerian no Nigerian gets the what's it called, the luxury of saying, I'm too no, you will get up and go and use your final strength to vote to. That will not be excuse. Michael, everybody need to rise. Now their plan, but now the people not go agree. If you welcome, extremely sad. I couldn't watch it. Then somebody did a content on it and said, and came up like if you see the number of people that Dangote's trailers have pied in Nigeria, hey, God abeg o, it's staggering. Add that to terrorism, add terrorism to that, add that to government failure, hospitals. No, Nigeria, we must take that country back. I'm so sorry. What the statement is not, there's no compassion in that statement. There's no compassion whatsoever. My own be say make they just take full responsibility of that girl's care. Full responsibility. That's an able-bodied girl, beautiful girl that she could have been everything in life. They've snatched it from her. Dangote should take full and total responsibility of that girl's care. I'm telling you, if it means flying her out, he should make sure he does what he needs to do to make that girl as comfortable as ever so she can continue to live her life. It is painful. I no fit watch that video. I no fit, as I dey see the girl dey scream for the video, dey cry. I no fit, my mind no fit take am. Ha! God forbid. 25 years and counting, and still nothing has been done. Now we say we won't keep quiet. We no fit keep quiet o. Na the only way we fit fight for now be this. We have to continue. We have to continue, unfortunately.
This is Nasra Rufai. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. They were Dangote Truck. Remember, I was asking. I said, why are they not asking Dangote? Why is his truck being used? Why is it that these terrorists, now a truck that they use? Why? We don't have a functional government, so who's going to ask him? Perhaps they even know what's up. Maybe they know what's going on. How can you be giving drivers that without license? If you see the boy picture, he be like small pikin. Hey! I beg. My heart goes out to Phyna and her family. I'm sending them comfort. My prayer to them is that let them, I don't even know if I want to talk. How do you get comfort in this? How? What do you say?
I'm making this message to appeal to all our voters in Zaria and Sabongari local governments to come out massively on Saturday to vote for the candidates of the Social Democratic Party, SDP.
Oh, sorry, this is not the video. Sorry, Mona Novice.
One of the greatest Nigeria, we are one of the greatest recipients of international funding, donor. In fact, just recently,
exactly,
the US president decided to stop activities of USAID to some countries, and the entire continent is in disarray because one country decided to hold their own funding to you. Certain countries in Africa, their health sectors are completely comatose because a country withheld their aid. What happened to the leadership? What happened to our own personal capacity? So do we live at the mercies? And then when people come international, even those who mean well, as you are saying, NGOs and all of that, what non-governmental agencies and private citizens do is to complement the efforts of government. Nobody can be government. The policy, in fact, government can even frustrate the work that you are bringing into do. So that is exactly why we are where we are. Because where we should all get a point of direction, vision, and focus that protects the interest of everybody has failed. Nigeria has a universal basic education law that talks about free and compulsory education from primary to secondary level. But Nigeria has a statistics of more than 20 million out of school children. Reconcile that law with the reality. And once you have a full generation of persons who are not educated, you cannot solve criminality essentially. So we are battling with insecurity. People are dying, kidnappers. Everything you see today going on as terrorism are actually protests. If you go to the root cause of it, the only thing is that in Nigeria, most times police go after peaceful protesters. Terrorists are also being a form of protest, but they are armed and have taken arms against the state. Some of the investigation will show glaring injustice against the people. So coming back to that, your question, all of the incidents that happen from our lives from the cradle begin to shape what we become. Nobody was born a monster. We are all open slates. Whatever you take up as a part of life is what you pick up from here. and what the society made you build. So if we don't fix that issue of leadership, we will continue to go in a vicious circle, just struggling to earn credibility when the root causes of quality of leadership is not being addressed.
Now they hear?
Junior, sunana Dr. Yunusa Tanko, Nini Jagorente.
Okay. The same message that Yunusa Tanko says, go get your PVC and go MERD, is what he's saying in Hausa. So meanwhile, the NBA Spidel sets up public interest litigation committee to challenge impunity and lawlessness. Sequel to the decision of the president of the NBA appointing a transitional committee for the Nigerian Bar Association section on public interest and development law, the chairman of the section, Professor Paul Ananaba, SAN, has constituted the section's public interest litigation committee, which comprises of some prominent public interest litigation practitioners in Nigeria. The committee's mandate is to challenge all executive, legislative, and administrative actions of the various governors and their agencies that run foul of the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and other laws of the country. They are also mandated to challenge actions of private entities that are against public interest, safety, and law and order. The members of the committee are Olukunle Edun, SAN Chairman, Kasmir Elele San, Inibehe Efyong, Olajide Akinola, Chukwuemeka Nwago, Vincent Adodo, Felix Akpowowo, Mojirayo Ogunlano, Lawrence Ojo Gabriel, Mohammed Danjuma, God's Power Eroga, Chikodi, I don't know how to say that name, Okeoji, Daniel Asomeji, Ali Jamilu, S. Long Williams, Odunabo Godwins, Izuchukwu Nsofo, Ayuba Rabiu. NBA Spider being the section of the NBA that is saddled with the responsibility of propagating the core values of the NBA, which is the promotion of the rule of law, human rights, constitutionalism, and ensuring the due process of law in the activities of government and its agencies. The litigation committee is a crucial arm of the section which is expected to deploy the powerful instrument of public interest litigation and advocacy in ensuring that the legal profession claims its place as the bastion and custodian of these core values. So they've created that to be fighting all these public issues and everything, which is very good. Actually, it's actually a very good move. And then Dele Farrow to me responded and said, now they ginger me. No be say I go bring out my wig and gown. Yeah, so we'll see how they're able to, pull through with that. Now, meanwhile, in Kwara State, local government, local government of Kwara, Fulani herdsmen have taken over all the villages in Kwara South. This is a village where everyone in the village had left the place for Fulani herdsmen. Okay? Mukuna watch am. Una go dey hear ta 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 for air. Mukuna watch am. Real time. Now this one dey happen. That is where we are in Nigeria now. Officially a jungle. Hey, they don't talk about it, they silence it. That's what this person is saying. This one happened today in Kwara State. Seen Phynas Sister, beautiful girl. I go post the picture for Namona see. ADC don't slam T-Pain. They say 40 trips in 26 months. You have set a record for absentee leadership. ADC don't slam T-Pain. Says he treats presidency like a part-time job. John Ketin Tinubu spent 181 days abroad, wasting funds on tourism while insecurity, poverty ravaged Nigeria. This is ADC. Now, I don't. This Pastor Biadun Fatoyibo, he said some disparaging thing about a particular highly revered founder of the Christ Apostolic Church. Man, the way the response that they sent to Fatoyibo, my goodness, very well written. Ah, man, they respond to that Koza man. I don't know why that man still dey preach. After all those times when they come out, they talk say the man they touch small children, even touch wetin be with this man wife that time that was very public. The man still dey preach, and some people go dey defend am. Anyway, moving along, abeg make I let una listen to this thing, abeg.
AIs. Everyone thinks the future is about innovation. AI, smart cities, green energy, but that's the cover story. The real future is about reducing the human surplus without a single bullet fired. And the system that is being built makes it look like progress. In the old world, humans were assets. More people meant more labor, more soldiers, more taxpayers. But technology flipped the equation. When automation does the work, people become liabilities. They consume resources and they produce nothing. From a corporate state perspective, they are dead weight on the balance sheet. Now, what happens to liabilities in any system? They are minimized, quietly, efficiently. You don't announce population reduction. You don't draft policies that say, time to eliminate 800 million people. You design the environment so people self-select out of life. First, you control food economics. Make real nutrition a luxury. Flood markets with synthetic hyper-processed calories. Why? Cheap to make, addictive to consume, and lethal over time. Obesity, diabetes, cancers. It's slow-motion euthanasia disguised as personal choice. And then you privatize survival systems. Hospitals, medicine, insurance. Turn health into a product, and when the bill comes and you can't pay, nature takes its course. No violence, no fingerprints. Meanwhile, you flood culture with distractions. War headlines, influencer drama, ideological cage matches, so no one notices the algorithm that decides who thrives and who quietly disappears. People think they are arguing politics, but in reality, they are debating inside the zoo enclosure, while the zookeeper holds the keys to their lifespan. This isn't genocide. It is market-driven selection, a corporate Darwinism where the unprofitable simply phase out. And the punchline, they don't kill you. They invoice you until you die. This is the most profitable extinction in human history. And it's happening in slow motion while everyone thinks they are free.
Bam. I hope you got that message clearly. I don't need to add anything to it. If you know, you know. Moving along. So somebody did they did a short memo of Tinubu's travels. Said in 26 months, the president has visited only 13 of Nigeria's 36 states. Yet he has embarked on 40 international trips and spent over 180 days abroad. Interesting numbers. I will share that momentarily. Okay.
Fraudulent. In Nigeria, the fight against Yahoo boys is a national priority. But when high-profile cases like former Kogi Governor Yaya Bello and Senator Aminu Tambuwal land in the headlines, questions about fairness, timing, and institutional independence emerge. Today we unpack these cases. So, on August 12, 2025, the EFCC detained former Sokoto State Governor and current Senator Aminu Tambuwal over alleged fraudulent cash withdrawals totaling 189 billion, argued to contravene the Money Laundering Act 2022. Tambuwal was granted administrative bail and released after meeting conditions, roughly 24 hours in custody. But before then, ADC, PDP, Atiku, Peter Obi, Aruwa, all accusing the arrest of being politically motivated, with some questioning, why now? And it gets me wondering, why not? But then leaves me with a question. Are there fresh evidence or they are recycling old allegations? And so, this naturally brings us to Yaya Bello. Yaya Bello, ex-governor of Kogi State, has faced EFCC scrutiny over multiple allegations of fraud and asset misappropriation. The Court of Appeal in Lagos reinstated a preservation order on this asset following an application by the EFCC. This decision effectively returned part of his asset pending the determination of the case. So, does this further reinforce the opposition's claim that this is targeted? As Peter Obi has cautioned that genuine anti-corruption efforts require neutrality. And so it brings us back to Yaya Bello. Back in April 2024, EFCC Chairman Ola Olukayode vowed to prosecute Bello or resign if he escaped justice. That kind of vow is not the type you make over lunch. It means he was sure, absolutely sure, there was enough evidence to nail the former governor before making such public statements. Fast forward to today, an appeal court restores a preservation order on 14 properties and 400 million linked to Yaya Bello. In plain terms, assets that have been frozen are now unfrozen. Dignity, at least in part, restored, and the EFCC boss still firmly seated in his chair. So the question hangs in the air. Should he honor his words and step aside? Or is the office bigger than the man? A role so important that personal vows are simply negotiable. Because if we zoom out, the circle is almost poetic. Dramatic headlines, strong declarations, temporary seizures, and then a quiet reversal. Now the EFCC insists, fraud is fraud, corruption is corruption. There is no sacred cow. They say their net catches suspects from every political side, including within the ruling APC. But here's where it gets tricky. If the biggest goat in the pen walks away with his property back and his status polished, who exactly are they making us believe is being brought to justice? But here is the truth. Corruption may be paraded and pardoned, but Nigerians are watching, and history will remember who stood for fairness and who did not. It's the truth at the time. Take care and have a...
Okay, now this is in Ebonyi State. Today again, the residents of Ebonyi State cry out for help over an ongoing communal clash, calling for the governor to come and rescue them, come to their rescue. Wetin dey happen for Nigeria, eh? God abeg. Nigerian lawmakers pay up to 3 million bribe to present motions bills at National Assembly, says Jigawa. Let me see if I can find the video. Says Jigawa rep. Let me see, I think there's a video to it. Let me see. $3 million just to push. God abeg. Listen to this, oh. Oh, it's in Hausa. Okay, let me read it. Let me read it for you guys. Hi, Salubwa. Auyo, popularly known as Kamfani, made the revelation in a viral video where he spoke in Hausa while reacting to criticism from constituents. A member of the House of Rep, Honorable Ibrahim Usman Jigawa, Usman Auyo, representing Hadijia Auyo and Kafin Hausa Federal Constituency of Jigawa State, has alleged that federal lawmakers are required to pay between 1 million and 3 million before being allowed to present motions, bills, or petitions during plenary sessions. Auyo, popularly known as Kamfani, made the revelation in a viral video where he spoke in Hausa while reacting to criticism from constituents. He denied claims that other lawmakers wrote motions out of their people's needs, but insisted that legislative processes at the National Assembly were financially driven. Since I went to the Assembly, it's not true that someone wrote a motion for their need or others to be presented before the House. It's all false. And if at all there is anybody should come out to challenge me, he said. Even the bills and petitions are paid for. You have to pay 3 million, 2 million, 1 million for it to be read on the floor of the House. After you read the bill, you have to lobby over 360 freaking lawmakers to support that bill to support that the bill be considered. The lawmaker also dismissed accusations that he had neglected youth empowerment in his constituency, insisting that the majority of his projects had directly benefited young people. Whoever said the youth were not supported, that person only expressed their personal opinion, as it is not true. Those who benefited know you are not God, so you cannot satisfy everybody or be just to all. Of course, it's not everybody that will get or benefit from the distribution. I single-handedly do the contributions. 80% of the distribution goes to the youth, Awiyo stated. Talk about the motorcycle, water pumps, and cars I shed. Hey! Osalobo, the youth benefited from it. And the moment you distribute these things to them, they sell something you bought at 300 for 120,000 naira or 150,000. On how he handles motions and community requests, Awiyo said he had a standard process in place. He explained, on bills, I have made it a principle that my community or local government that has any motion should sit down and put it into writing. They should take it to my legislative aides for onward delivery to me, and I wait to see whether we will act on it or not. If it is something I can address instantly, we do it. And if it is something I will appeal to be placed for the next year appropriation, I'll plead that it be done that way. Kai! Now they hear that they pay even for a National Assembly and House of Rep, that they bribe to push their bills. God. Hey! Nigeria. Oh man. It's only a matter of time. 99 years is not forever. If you now see Benin Asaba Expressway, oh my God. It's unfortunate I can't show you any of these videos, but just listen to this.
Small for suffer dey for Agbo Road now. We dey throw away motor anyhow. Any driver wey we come from Agbo Road wey dey pass there, me just dey do am gently. But this is a major road. If you are coming from Lagos and you are going to East, Calabar, College or where, Onisha, you must pass through here. In fact, you must pass through here. Very soon I see all those GO motors, God is good, going down. You see them, they are coming here. That the length of the whole road will even go to like 2 kilometers. I'm telling you honestly.
you see the roads, my people. Cannot even now, you guys can only imagine. Una kukuma dey from Nigeria, so now no, I don't need to tell now. Meanwhile, Amnesty International, they don declare say Buhari's government plunged the southeast into bloodshed. Okay, that's in trending as well. Aloof Tinubu acting like tourist president, avoiding travel to troubled communities. Peter Obi dey give am gbas every day. Again, our president moves as the nation bleeds. Amid the deplorable state of our nation in all ramifications, we have a virtually indifferent president who has continued to display insensitivity to our situation. How can anyone explain that a president who came from Brazil recently and met with the president is returning to the same country, leaving the various degrees of challenges at home unresolved? The latest itinerary of the president shows he will depart Abuja on Thursday, August 14, for a two-nation trip to Japan and Brazil. The president will stop over in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, before proceeding to Japan. In Japan, President Tinubu will attend the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development in the city of Yokohama from August 20 to 22. The itinerary is silent on the president's return date to his visibly troubled nation. The situation we find ourselves in is deeply worrisome. Our president, who has not found it worthy to visit any of our troubled states, takes joy in traveling to foreign countries at the slightest invitation or excuse, often departing several days before the events he is invited to. In his last trip, for instance, he had a one-week state visit to St. Lucia before attending the BRICS summit, where Nigeria was merely invited as an observer, though the role was dressed up as partner to the invitation, which was more significant. The leaders of actual member countries who attended only arrived a day or two at most for the event. Nigeria's insecurity situation, economic hardship, and human suffering have reached their peak. We are now counted among the most insecure nations, the most fragile economies, and the hungriest countries in the world. This dire reality demands the full attention of Mr. President, and his travels should be more within our troubled states and communities, spending time on the ground and taking decisive action to alleviate the people's suffering, rather than these overseas conferences that contribute little or no tangible value to our nation's woes. And where the trip is necessary at all, it could be attended in just a few days rather than indulging in prolonged unnecessary absences from a country that requires 24/7 attention. What our nation needs now is security of lives and properties, economic stability, and ensuring that our people have food on their table. Our president's planned trip of 12 days departing today, if necessary, should have been at almost a 5-day trip, as the event he was invited to in Japan commences on the 20th. Nigeria today demands competent leadership with capacity and compassion to start dealing with the problems besetting it with the presence and sacrifice required. Mr. President must, as a matter of urgency, commence tours of our states with the same enthusiasm he shows for jetting out of the country every month. These visits will enable him to see, listen, and learn more about what Nigerians are going through. Though Nigerians know that our huge problems cannot be solved overnight, they want to see 100% effort and tireless commitment to solving them. Most importantly, our president must know that he is not a tourist, but the chief executive of a troubled nation. So he must have consciousness, strict work schedules, and a strict traveling schedule to show that he has a troubled country to quickly return to. Hey, PO more guns blazing, no? Hey, my president don level up, oh. Hey, see violence. Guy Walele, welcome, sir. Omo, guy, be like say na you dey teach PO. He isn't in Brazil. Check him in Paris and London at their private hospital to recharge the low battery. I'm telling you. Eh? Welcome, welcome, Mr. Gawanle. Eh? T-Pain is officially a tourist, a world Omo, me, I'm enjoying this violence that PO has been giving. No, he responded to him twice today, back to back, and a violence. I say, wow, this is what I like. Eh? Then Sam Amadi responded and said, let a reasonable person reasonably fault this post. Does President Tinubu's itinerary show serious executive attention to duty as chief executive? Yeah? By the way, let me read the response that the Christ Apostolic Church, the statement they made to that Pastor Biodun Fatoyibo on the remarks he made. Very ignorant, highly ignorant remark and disrespectful remark to Apostle Joseph Ayo Babalola. Let's read what the CAC said. Dear Pastor Fatoyinbo, greetings to you in the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Ordinarily, we do not respond to social media commentaries or controversies. However, we consider it necessary to address your recent statements, which have been widely circulated on your social media platforms for the following reasons. 1. Scriptural justification. The Bible permits us to respond wisely to folly to prevent arrogance. 2. Clarification of truth. To correct the misleading narrative you are promoting about ministry and wealth. 3. Defense of legacy. To address the inaccurate claims you've made regarding the life and ministry of Ayo Babalola, the first general evangelist of Christ Apostolic Church. In one of your training messages on YouTube, you acknowledged that Apostle Babalola was highly anointed but had no money, and then went on to ask sarcastically, where are his children? A question that was both insensitive and ill-informed. To equate anointing or ministerial success with material wealth is biblically flawed. The words of Jesus are clear. Take heed and beware of covetousness, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of the things he possesses. Yet your teachings suggest otherwise. In doing so, you promote that the Bible refers to you promote what the Bible refers to as simony, the monetization of spiritual gifts. The scriptures do not teach that money is a sign of anointing. Rather, the love of money is the root of all evil. Which Bible do you read and preach from? On the question of Apostle Babalola's children, ethically speaking, Apostle Babalola and children, simple arithmetic should help you understand that they should be advanced in age by now, possibly your grandparents' age. What did you hope to achieve with the mocking question, where are the children of Babalola? Your statement reflects more on the kind of company you keep, but as a preacher of the word, shouldn't your conduct and utterances be guided by scripture? Where in this Bible does your brand of prosperity theology originate? One that demeans people for not being wealthy? Isn't such a message encouraging greed, corruption, and godlessness, especially in a nation already struggling with moral decay? Setting the record straight, for the sake of truth and posterity, let me correct the public misrepresentations you've made regarding Apostle Joseph Ayo Babalola. 1. Calling. Apostle Babalola was called by God 1928 at the age of 24. His ministry spanned western, midwestern Nigeria and extended to the Gold Coast, now Ghana, marked by undeniable signs and wonders. 2. Wealth and lifestyle. He was blessed, but not materialistic or greedy. He gave lands to the church, supported the education of many, fed the poor, and lived sacrificially. He housed more people than just his biological children. When Queen Elizabeth II visited Nigeria in February 56, Apostle Babalola was among the honored guests. Would a man in rags be granted such recognition by colonial government? Certainly not. Oh my God. Even the statement when I read now, the thing don't give me, I said, okay, what am I reading? Colonial, are you people see bragging about that? Anyway, he was no fundraiser, yet God supplied his needs. His diaries are filled with divine provisions like ìpèsè Ọlọ́run lónìí, ìpèsè Ọlọ́run lónìí, £100, £50. He lived in a befitting home, drove one of the best Ford Jeeps of his time, funded weddings, education and apprenticeship programs, all without exploiting the pulpit. I felt it was a very perfect response to all the greedy pastors and GOs that we have around. Yeah, you gingered Pio. I know. I'm sure you did, because the violence now, the man is not, he's taking no prisoners. He's coming full frontal, like guns blazing. Meanwhile, Anambra State, Mogalu is contesting. Wetin una dey do about am? He was on TVC today. Did you guys watch his interview? I didn't watch it. I didn't have the time. Peter Obi is supporting Mogalu. People should support Mogalu. I don't see a Soludo. Abi una wan make Soludo win again. That man no more forget o. That number is going to get worse under that Soludo. Mona, listen to. Oh, I said I was going to play this video. Let me go to that actually. Channels. Okay, let me play this clip for you guys.
Let me tell you for what you will do. It is still too early to predict what the outcome of that coalition will be, but I can give them some tips. Okay. You see, El-Rufai has a grounds against the president, a legitimate ground, because he worked for the president. Hate him or love him, he has a basis to be angry. And he has been working assiduously to undermine the president, particularly in the Muslim North, where he's like the Khalifa to Buhari. He's like the brain box of the Muslim North. But let me give him a tip. If he really wants to see the back of the president, let me tell you for what he will do. And I think they may be on the path to really achieving that. Let El-Rufai convince the Muslim North. If he's able to do that, I know he can, he has the capacity, to look towards the south for a candidate to support, specifically the southeast. If I let me put it straight, the day El-Rufai decides and is able to galvanize the opinion holders in the north to zero down on a P2B, for instance, as the candidate, that will be the end of the Tinubu administration.
You hear that? Okay. I know, right? I shudder at that. Imagine talking about Elizabeth and driving Jeep. I'm telling you, it's very... It gave me... I was like, ew, what is that? Now, whistleblowers challenge Tinubu's minister, Adelabu, to declare assets acquired in the last 12 years in public service. You know, the Adelabu that built that heavy mansion, the mansion itself, the building be like, it dey lopsided. I dey see the picture now. Hi. Did you also hear GRV latest statement? He said, PO and I have changed. No more easy going. Yep, I've seen that video. I think I had a clip of it at some point. Okay, so here is what Fatoyinbo said. He responded to that statement. To you people should listen to him.
I went on recently. My attention was brought to someone who said something about me in Nigeria.
These people are so full of
I went somewhere to preach,
God.
And I was talking to young ministers, and I told them to focus on their focus. Particularly, they need finance to actually fructify their vision.
They need finance. Are you providing them with the finance?
What Pastor Apostle Ayo Babalala did. I stand to be corrected, but what God did through Smith is what? If they had documented what God did in the life of that man, I'm telling you, people will be coming for pilgrimage.
Really?
He was anointed. Oh, I described to our church members some of the things I heard. So anointed. He was praying one day, and a python crossed and dried up.
Welcome, Mr. Marigi.
It dried up, just crossed his leg. What are you talking about? Anointed man, every duty grace. But no money. So all the grace just went like that.
Everything is all about money.
Just went like that.
It's all about money for these people.
To heal and deliver.
Such a shame.
See all these kids, 4 of them. Then Buhari. We didn't go there and say Shandala Baba.
Hey. It's money.
The days I was growing up in ministry, when a pastor travels
This man supposed dey kiri as he speak now.
buys adire,
For all those underage girls when you take advantage
to
of.
sell those things,
Hey!
ticket to come back.
Ah, this is why we have the problem we have in Nigeria. Oh. This kind guy still dey preach for pulpits.
Of visions of anointing. You need to wake up.
Yeah, he will not apologize. He was doubling down.
And
No.
the glory of the Lord is risen upon you. And someone misquoted what I said and took my message from one place and to the other and said I was talking about the veteran of faith. If there's something people know about me is that I honor people a lot. I bend over backwards to honor particularly men of God. If you look at what I'm talking about right now, I normally don't respond to things, but because they're talking about the veteran of faith, that is why I have to talk about it. So I was talking to young men how that they need to focus and they would do more if they make more money.
Really?
They had more money to express their ministry.
More money.
And someone took that thing out of context and began to talk how that, normally I don't answer such things. You must know what you answer. Because you need to focus on your focus.
Really?
That denomination in Nigeria, when I was a teenager, I attended the denomination. I went there for prayers. How can I talk down on that kind of pastor, the founder of that kind of ministry? It's because there are distractions everywhere. When you are on the gallery, when you're on the track running and you're running a relay race, and the person that passed the baton to you,
you're right, Michael.
Your adversaries or your competition a long gap. You don't keep looking back. If someone says on the gallery, "Hey, you got pregnant when you were 18," that can slow you down. Keep running.
Exactly.
That's why the Bible says, "Look unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of your race." He started the race. He passed the baton to you. He ran ahead of you to receive the baton. All you need to do is just to be focused for the 100 meters dash to give him back the baton. He's the author and the finisher of your faith. I pray for you in the name of Jesus.
These people, anyway, we will get Nigeria right first. No problem. May they continue. We have bigger fish to fry. They should continue. Hi. I just passed this Phyna video again. My heart's not fit. Let me. I can't. I still can't. It's too much. Let's listen to Peter Obi. I'm telling you, Gawalele, exactly. Exactly. You start honoring him, but your real self had to come out. People.
Foreign investor is like bee and honey. If you put honey here, how the bee will come in, nobody will tell you. I told you Macron finished G20 meeting, flew to Bangladesh, because Bangladesh has just ordered 10 Airbus 350. So you have to go and see them, because they're coming. If you look around the economic analysis, go and Google where Bangladesh will be in 2030, where they will be in 2050. Nobody knows where we're going to be. With all this lying joke and everything, and people think it's about A or B or C. No. A deputy governor was just asked, "You didn't go to school." He said, "It doesn't matter." But you feel it. You were the one who said, "I went to this school." Nobody forced you. If you know it doesn't matter, you would have said, "I didn't go to school." So we imagine the ingenuity as somebody who didn't go to school and was able to come up to this. But don't say things. We have now reached a country where, like Ben said, where people say something and do something else. I asked a woman to queue. He told me, whenever I queue, I don't get anything. This happened to me last year.
Can you imagine?
So whenever I queue, I don't get anything. And after the tribunal decided our case, I called the woman and said, I'm sorry. Whenever I queue, I don't get anything. Because we had somebody going around the world saying this is how he's going to conduct the election. Everywhere he goes, said, it was the night that I heard what was called real time. Suddenly, he said, no, he can do it anyhow. Why didn't you tell us it anyhow? So that we can behave anyhow when we are voting as well. That is your country. That is what Ben is preaching today.
Michael, you said he was in, who was in Adiola Faye's channel? Is it the Fatoyi Igbo guy? Hey, God. Hi. There's an Ogun senator who is empowering his people, unlike the one buying pump for young men to go and sell. You demand? Oh, really? That's good, though. That's good. That's what it should be about. Eh? Honestly, if they stop to the give tithe and offering, the church go collapse. Go collapse. Mona, listen to this
startup.
one.
Right. Let's first go to Terra Industries. It's a robotics and drone manufacturing startup right here in Abuja, Nigeria. I caught up with the software engineer behind it all. Take a look.
So we get robotics engineer for Lagos, for Abuja.
Abuja, an emerging industry is busy securing some of Africa's critical infrastructure. Terra Industries, co-founded by 23-year-old Maxwell Maduka and 22-year-old Nathan Nwachukwu, is building autonomous security systems powered by artificial intelligence and drones.
I've always been thinking, what's the best way to truly help industrialize Africa? And I've always believed that it comes down to the big three: security, energy, and food production. We wanted to begin with what I think is the common denominator holding the continent back. So we began building out autonomous systems to solve the security crisis in Africa.
Yeah, Terra Industries,
has the capacity to build 30,000 drones per year. Terra also says that it exports to 8 African countries,
30,000 drones a year.
From gold mines to power plants.
Most of the key components are built in-house. From the airframes, the propellers, the lithium-ion battery packs are all manufactured in-house. That has helped us keep costs really, really low. It's easy for us to scale manufacturing without cutting costs.
A key focus for Terra Industries has been developing and building software and hardware in-house, helping them beat off stiff international competition. You managed to lock down a pretty lucrative deal, $1.2 million, beat out an Israeli consortium. Big deal. What would you say gave your product an edge?
I would say it's the end-to-end integration that we had. It's not every day you see a company that's building both the hardware and the software at the same time. And we have companies that are acquiring hardware and then, building out their own software internally, or acquiring software and building out the hardware. We're a company that were able to say, okay, we're going to build out great hardware and integrate great software, everything in-house. And that was what made us stand out.
Terra's software, called Artemis OS, is the brains of its system. And in the field, its flying drones watch from the sky, and its sentry towers equipped with cameras and sensors watch from the ground. Both systems check for intruders or other security threats.
It collects all the surveillance data from all these different systems. It analyzes this data, looking for threats in real time. And once spotted, it alerts the necessary response teams, whether it's security agencies or in-house response teams. Essentially, we want to ensure that the software ecosystem of Terra is entirely African. And that is the key to keeping that data safe.
Terra Industries has only been up and running for less than a year, and it's already making waves.
Wow.
Terra today has actually raised only less than $600,000. And within that short span, within the 11 months we've been operating, we are currently at $1.9 million in revenue. We have $11 billion worth of assets under our protection today.
Wow.
For us, the key thing is in a few years' time, we eventually want to have $1 trillion worth of assets under protection, which would essentially encompass all of the power, mining, and oil assets in Africa.
Wow. That is impressive, oh. Man, that is loud, but I'm concerned, though. all these people now, Igbo people don't put eye for the thing. When I just say they no go sabotage, and these people are already selling to other African countries. So we even get people when they make drones for Nigeria, robotic engineers. Oh God, I'm not surprised. Kudos to them. Oh, Omoye don't come. Oh, he say he need the rehabilitation for third mainland bridge is going to cost you people 3.8 trillion naira. Make una listen to Ramona, not to say na me dey talk am.
Would not be discovered. Study to find out what is happening, below the water of Kata Bridge and the, Tomeland Bridge. And it was discovered that there were a lot of problems because the pipes were installed in the technical terms of skin friction because sand, rock would not be discovered. Skin friction is a method whereby you secure the pipes. And under the aggregation of the pipes, you have the pie cap. So it was discovered that these pipes, being held by sand, is being washed away due to illegal mining of sand and due to also ocean, current. And so in 2019, another study was carried out, and it was discovered that the deterioration of these pipes, some rusting, chlorination, loss of sand, was very, very much in geometric progression. And so when we came on board, the president directed that we should look at the rehabilitation of the Tomeland Bridge, so which we have resurfaced 11.8 kilometers by 14 lanes. And then we went to look at what is happening, under the deck, but, above the water. And so we gave that contract to Julius Berger, Ido Bridge, Kata Bridge, and Tomeland Bridge at a contract sum of 65 billion. And their job was to, repair all the rusted piers, or in layman's terms, columns, and then look at the pie caps and then treat the pie caps because the rusts were exposed and rusting was taking place, very badly. And so in the course of doing this, we also embedded in their contract, let them look at the 2013, underwater investigation and 2019. So it's part of their contract. And so they now came up and said, look, Kata Bridge should be closed immediately against traffic, and that the Kata Bridge was beyond repair. It has to be a new construction. And they gave us a cost about 380-something billion to, rehabilitation, but said it was not feasible. But the one that was feasible was about 359 billion for brand new bridge. And they discussed with Deutsche Bank for their funding. Now, for Tomeland Bridge, nobody submitted any proposal, but the same problem of underwater problems, in Kata Bridge, the same thing with Tomeland Bridge. And when we did a prorata of, what is to be done, if we are to rehabilitate, it came to about 3.8 trillion. And if we are to do a new construction, it came to about 3.6 trillion. And so we approached, Federal Executive Council and said, look, give us approval, to do two things under EPC plus F, to allow not less than 7, specialist contractors to undertake comprehensive investigation, comprehensive design, and the bidding to reconstruct it, brand new bridges, or to, do rehabilitation of these two bridges. Then the third one is to advertise for PPP, where the, private sector will bid, for.
Okay, Hype Man is very good. He was discovered by Peter Obi when he was governor. I love the fact that our Rig and Die campaign is spreading. He told them to go to their polling units well prepared, not just to vote, but for war. Okay, let's listen to it. Okay. fail. Okay.
To find out.
All right. Meanwhile, all the Christian women are coming now. Reverend Esther Ajayi, she says Nigeria transforming under Tinubu. Come Walele. Okonjo Iweala. What is it? She's saying, oh, that the reforms T-Pain is making is working. Is it because she's working under the globalists? Now, wow, all these people, after talk, all this Western education, they'll go use and work for Western people to self-deprecate on themselves.
So you remember that something like that also played out somehow intrinsically during Jonathan regime, right? When
hey Rose, welcome.
So you could now see that when they wanted to field someone to avoid unnecessary clash, right? They field someone that has no traces of corruption, no traces of allegation, no traces that they are going to be, it's going to cause distraction. They look at who can we use. We're going to use Buhari. Let's go for him. Who could be his VP? Then go for Oshibato, because they look at both of them that they've not been alleged at any point in time. So that also wipe away any kind of distraction. So it makes them to be fielded, and nobody could raise an allegation against them. No EFCC could pursue them.
No, my point is, does it look like the ruling party is specifically targeting the ADC using the EFCC?
I can tell you that this is normal politics, right? That is why I should advise him, if ADC actually wants, if they're serious, and they actually know that they want to clinch the party, why not? Why both of all these ones have been there. Let's field those people you prefer. That I'm sure if today with unification in oneness and say that we want to field this guy, Peter Obi, let's go
back to what the point you raised about.
Come with me on a day in the life of.
Hey, it's PO or nothing. It's still PO or nothing. Yeah, exactly, right? So that's why it's crazy. You know, she's agreeing with T-Pain in this suffering of Nigerians. I was like, wow, another one bites the dust. I keep saying it. This Western education one they get. Now get and finish, go work for this thing. It's pressure to have to save the paid agent. Not a surprise. Wait for Adesina. That one, is he not the one they say he opened the door to GMO? Pata pata. Same song. Population don't see it. Reforms benefit only themselves. I'm telling you. But no, we'll make them see it too. This is why we have to.
It be like when I don't. By the time APC is done with Nigeria, by the time APC finish with Nigeria, I don't know what's going to remain for this country. And then when our government, federal government, if we know say the country no work again, maybe make una put them up for sale on Jumia so that they go divide the money, give everybody, make them find their way. Because this brazen level of corruption and criminality is becoming an insult to the IQ of the
guys.
Please
like, double tap the screen to like, or click on the three dots.
Who know nothing but to take oppression and bad leadership. And only Nigerians can decide to wake up and liberate ourselves. So, Honorable Minister for Coastal Highway, Abi Works, Engineer David Nwezumahi, Honorable Minister, you need to come out and clarify and give a clear
double tap the
statement
screen
on
or click on the three dots to like.
Works, particularly these bridges for Lagos State, including Third Mainland Bridge. Because reports don't come out now. They say from Federal Executive Council, President Tinubu don't approve about 390-something billion to reconstruct a new Qatar bridge. They say the current Qatar bridge where they there, rehabilitation no go work for them. So they don't say make they build new one. Then for Third Mainland Bridge, again, they say your ministry
guys,
don't
continue to like, double tap the screen to like. If you already like, you don't have to double tap again. If you double tap again, it will remove the like.
Minister for Coastal Highway. This God where una they go church, where una they carry, una they talk, say una they save, make una they fear am. Nigerians are human beings because the level of this kind of corruption and criminality with impunity is not sustainable. Tomorrow, it go be airport 700 and something billion, coastal highway 4 point something trillion, ICC 39 billion, and now underwater of a third mainland bridge 3.6 trillion. All of this money, I take God beguna. What exactly is the cost of building a new project? If you want to build new airports, now how much? New bridge, fourth mainland bridge, how much it go cost? And what exactly is the issue with third mainland bridge? How many times did they close that bridge for repairs and maintenance under Fashola as Minister for Works? How many times did you rehabilitate third mainland bridge now when you don't come as Minister for Coastal Highway and Works? On 17th of January, Engineer David Nwezumahi, Minister for Works, now you issue this statement from your ministry. When people been they claim rumors, they say third mainland bridge, they shake, they say it gets issue. This was the statement from Ministry of Works, from your own spokespeople. They said the Minister of Works, upon hearing the baseless rumor, promptly deployed a team of engineers led by the Federal Controller of Works for Lagos State, Engineer Olukorede Kesha. The team's report confirmed that the bridge remains in excellent condition with its structural integrity completely intact. Engineer of Coastal Highway, you did hear your report? He said it is added that the renewed Hope administration led by President Tinubu has demonstrated unprecedented commitment to revamping inherited road infrastructure. That is why the superstructure, the substructure, and the underwater elements of the third mainland bridge are undergoing comprehensive repairs under this administration. Engineer Umahi, superstructure, substructure, and underwater elements. That project was estimated at about 46 billion. Part of it was for Qatar Bridge, the other was for Third Mainland Bridge. Engineer Nwezumahi, Minister for Coastal Highway, which other underwater structure will I want to again for another 3.6 trillion? What exactly is going on? Can we have, and because of this level of corruption and criminality, people do not even know when exactly there is a real issue to be fixed. Can we have a comprehensive and holistic review, engineering reports, make underwater cameras go look at the structures, let there be graphic videos to know what exactly is wrong, where the issue is, and what exactly it will involve to rectify the whole issue once and for all. Make people know exactly what thing they go on. All of this money, trillions, and engineer Nwezumahi, make una fear God. If you people have a conscience as leaders, now you start Coastal Highway, you come out from the initial plan, you go another plan. After you bring down properties along that distance, you reach one point, you say you are going back to the older plan. Engineer Nwezumahi, this country where we are the lead, so power is transient too, and even the strongest of dictators have an end. Nigerians' lives also matter. What is going on is criminality on steroids. Nigerians, you see, my own, they say the end of all my talk go let una know say all of this one where they go on, so make una no panic. You know me say they no go still fit rig election 2027. That is why my focus is on National Assembly and electoral reform. Because the people where they destroy the country, they come together, they show you how they prepare to come back. It is either we sit down and continue to the talk, they do content on each of the issues, or we mobilize for 2027 to rescue ourselves. Because this kind of brazen criminality is unheard of. Even before Oshibanjo and Buhari come out 2023, they still budgeted about 6 billion to renovate that same third mainland bridge. It be like that third mainland bridge don't turn Devil's Coastal Highway. It don't become the highway to hell because the thing not the end. Now see what project a big contract. Minister for Works, we need explanations on the state of those bridges, the comprehensive report on what exactly is wrong and what is involved. Make we see transparent breakdown. For God's sake, Nigerian leaders. May God give Nigerians courage to help themselves. My name is Peter for Nigeria. But
this is the slide bell, and it's
my people. Oh my goodness, it is wild. Eh? Oh my God. They are now going underground to loot. They are not going on. They are in your face looting underground. Who you be, Michael? You just say they rate you. In your face. They are looting. People when they talk trillion. Not be your face that they talk, huh? I beg you. Meanwhile, they seriously they beef Aregbesola for being in ADC. That they call am traitor, call am betrayer, call am this all sorts of names. Say if to say not be Tinubu, if you're not dey relevant, if you see the dragging when they drag, the man strong gidigba, still campaigning and doing wonders for ADC in the West. Hey, Nigeria, we hail thee. My people, I don't know. There's nothing else to add. I'm just going to leave it here for today because I tell you, the structure is still in perfect state, if not contact an independent engineer firm specialized in auscultation of such bridges. Open and transparent process needed. PO come abi. That's not the type of underground I did talk. Now because you dey see coastal road, you dey get mouth. No go underground make you go debate whether them renovate bridge or not. Well, that's true. That you have a point there. You have a point there. The looting is now using underground project you no fit see. You're right. I agree with you, Michael. You're absolutely right about that. That's actually what's going on. Anyway, by the way, I don't know, did you guys see what I shared on in the comment section? Please go and join Obedient in Diaspora. Let me share it again. You guys need to go and join and check out the area where you fit in, where you think you can render help or be a part of, because mobilization has to start and a lot of hands are needed. Let me share it again. Go. Okay, go check it out. If you have not yet registered in the obedience.com, please go and register. I beg you, go and register. And also there's what's it called, what's that one? No, Aisha created. Let me see if I can I think I saved it. Hold on. Let's see. Obedient movements. There's another one. No, this is not it. Where is it? Okay, voting block. Yes, voting block. Let me share this with you guys. Please go and join. Go check those two out. Anywhere you fit in, please. I beg, make we go wole work done. We need to start to mobilize ourselves. The next looting project now to set aside funds when we go stop witches and wizards for blocking electric current. It is large-scale looting. All projects and initiatives are on their table. Looters at work. Looting workshop is operating 24/7. Do you know? It's because these guys know subconsciously they know they're not going to return. That's why they're stealing so much money. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. Because they know, they've looked, they count their costs. Yes, they're going to go all out. I saw a tweet by one of the T-Pain supporters saying that he's just going to leave it here. Tinubu is not Jonathan. He's just going to drop it there. Now people respond to it and say, yeah, we know he wants to loot, right? He wants to loot and go crazy. He will meet us there. may all of us who could craze, may the country shut down. That's what they told the guy, right? So I think that the reason why they are looting so much is because they know deep down, subconsciously, they are not coming back. So they want to empty the purse, enrich themselves. You see why this Adelabu guy went to build his house quickly, went to use his money, his cuts, so that he will see some edifice on the ground. Me, I don't even get problem. Let them steal whatever they want to steal. You see that country, we must collect them back. Then we now start talking about how we want to get our monies back. Then after that, they go try to stop Mami Water from disturbing the communication cables. Oh my goodness. Anyway, my people, make I leave am for here. Tomorrow is another day. Abeg, make una send una send comfort and love to Phyna. Omo, that thing wey happen to him sister. My goodness, my heart, I can't even handle it. I hope the family is okay. I hope they come out strong come out strong from all of this mess. I hope that Dangote really steps up and takes over that girl's life, because that girl, beautiful young girl, you just take everything from that girl. So Dangote must step up to the plate. Anyway, my people, make I leave una for now. We go see on another, I don't know, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. Oh, okay. I don't know, it depends. Maybe tomorrow evening, because you usually have those Friday shows. So tomorrow now, I go see you now. Gawalele, thank you. Michael, Kene, Ify, Rose, everyone that was able to join. I appreciate you all. I'll see you guys on my... Oh, by the way, how many of you have registered? None of them don't register. Now only like... Hey, wow. Make I see. Only 12% don't register. Wow. Omo, you guys we need to get serious. So only 12%. And then the no's na 88%. Wow. Okay. We're gonna work on that. So every day now operation. How many people have voted? Now we go to do. Yeah, we'll be diaspora. That's true, but some people get voters card now. You don't get PVC, you have to get no. People go back home, go collect. I get PVC self. I see my own PVC. You understand? Anyway, you guys have a wonderful evening. I go to take the poll now to know who don't register, who's about to register, and all of that. And maybe we'll touch more about this Dangote trucks. Something needs to be done about it. Yeah, for PVC, yes, Mr. Morege, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you very much, Mr. Morege. Thank you. I appreciate you all. I'll see you guys on my next one. Have a wonderful evening. Bye. But we in the diaspora are not going to vote now. Some people have PVCs now. Some people have PVC. Remember, some people traveled from here to go and vote the last time. You know? Some people, me, I have PVC. Oh. I have PVC, by the way. So, anyway, guys, I just need to renew my own. I think my own needs renewal. All right, guys. Have a wonderful night. Bye.